Alrighty guys, today we're going to be building a cabinet for my 28-inch Blackstone griddle. Let's get to it.
So in this video, we're going to take a look at my DIY project to build a griddle cabinet around my new griddle. This will be a three-part series. The first video is going to be building the frame like you see me doing here. Then the second video will be the countertop, followed by finishing it up in the third video. So stay tuned, like and subscribe to catch the next videos. So as you can see here, I'm getting the base wood ready. Basically using some 2x4s Walmanized. I'm essentially going to build a rectangle with two connecting inner pieces and caps on each end for the sides. So now I'm just drilling the holes so I don't split either the end piece or the piece I'm screwing into, and then I'm drilling in 2.5-inch screws into the end. And as you can see, the shape of the bottom part. Here I'm prepping the vertical pieces for actually, creating the body of the griddle cabinet. The wood used here is just a standard 2x4. No need to Walmanize it because it won't be in direct contact with the ground or concrete pads. It'll also be protected by some siding. We'll see more about that in the third video. I don't have a pocket hole jig, so here you can see me drilling pocket holes. So I just took a bit that's a little bit bigger than the head of the screws I'm using, which are the deck screws, and I'm just drilling a little bit of an angled hole about 1.5 inches up from the base of the vertical 2x4. I don't drill all the way through because then I wouldn't be able to get the screw to bite. I drill about halfway down on the angle. And then all I have to do is line up the vertical piece with the corners and sink the screws directly into the Walmanized base. I'll put 2 screws in the bottom of each vertical piece. They're a little flimsy, but once the tops are on, it gets really solid. Now that I have my 8 verticals in, I can start with my first front horizontal plate. I put some screws underneath just to hold it in place while I screw it in, and I put a screw in the bottom and on top, on each side. Next up, I build my back brace. This is just the brace to go directly underneath the grease container. There's not going to be a piece going over top of those middle verticals. So that little piece in the center allows to hold those verticals apart from each other at the specified width. It's about 7.5 inches because the grease trap is about that large. It gives me enough space to get my hand in there and pull the grease trap out without having any issues. So here you can see I'm cutting up the top plates. Notice the top plates are laying flat. The reason I did that was to give myself a little more surface area to screw them together, as well as to give me enough surface area to support the actual countertop that's going to sit on top of it. Also, it makes it a lot easier to actually screw them down to the vertical pieces when they are only 1.5 inches thick instead of 2.5 inches thick as a 2x4 is, or rather 3.5 inches. I'm pre-drilling all my holes here because I don't want to split any of the wood, and I also want this to last for a good amount of time. So yeah, just making sure to take good care when drilling these holes so I don't split any of the wood. Now all my cuts were fairly accurate, so basically all I'm doing here is just lining up on the corners and then drilling in and getting everything screwed in properly, such that once everything is connected, it holds true and square. So that'll be it for this part. go ahead and catch me in the next video where I start to build the form for my concrete countertop, as well as pour the concrete and get all that looking good. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for the next video. Thanks.